From Puppet Master 21, do you think Donovan Wilson will be perfect as a safety partner for Xaver Woods? Let's just see Wilson make the roster first. I mean, there's no guarantee he does that. Like, you've already got Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods and George Iloka, who is also not guaranteed a roster spot, plus Kevon Frazier. In reality, right now, Wilson's 5th on that safety pecking order. Now, if he plays like he did in 2015, I think, with Texas A&M, oh yeah, I think that's a really good fit with Xavier Woods. But again, the 5th and 6th and 7th rounders, we got to stop assuming they're going to be starters. In most cases, those guys are just as likely to get cut as they are to start, if not more so likely to get cut. Just keep that in mind. From Val Castillo, any safety you'd like to trade for? In a bubble, I love to get Von Bell from the Saints because they've got Marcus Williams. They got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I don't think the Saints are going to do that, though, so I'm not getting my hopes up there. And I'm intrigued by Karl Joseph. Or maybe you just wait until the end of the preseason and you see what guys end up being available. From Puppet Master 21, can Mike White be the perfect backup in case Dak is injured? I did have Mike White graded higher coming out of school than I had Cooper Rush, so we'll see. In reality, I'm not convinced either of those guys is the ideal backup. Look, if Dak goes down, we're slamming the panic meter and the panic button because I don't think it's going to end up being a very good. Super chat coming in from Hop to God says, "You're the best, Tom." Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Remember, if you guys do a super chat, we'll do everything we can to get it up on the show, either live or, heck, we'll even try and do it on a pre-filmed segment if we need to as well. Back to Adam Ornes. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name right, my man. Do you think the Cowboys try to get a second first-round pick for the 2020 draft? And if so, who or what should we give? I mean, yeah, that'd be great. I don't know who you're giving up to get a 2020 first-round pick that is not going to impact you this year. Like, Cowboys window's open right now. So you're not trading away like a Gallup or something like that to get a future first-round pick. That doesn't make sense for you right now. You can trade away some defensive line depth. I don't know, a Dorrance Armstrong, a Taco, something like that if they want to go with the rookies, or Kerry Hyder or something like that, but that's not going to bring you a future first-round pick. Aron Ray again, thank you for watching. Do you think Witten comes back for one more season, even if we go to the conference championship and we lose? Let me see how Witten plays. I kind of assume he's going to be a starter again this year for the Cowboys, but I kind of want to see how he looks and how he actually plays. You know, like I want to see if he's remotely the same guy he was at points, at times last year, or not last year, 2 years ago. So let's see how he looks for the first month, and then we'll come back and answer that one. All right, from Shannon, will the Cowboys D finish top 10 on defense? Well, in points per game last year, they finished 6th, and then just above New England, just below the Jags and Texans. So very possible. If they're going to finish top 3, though, they need one particular thing. They got to force more turnovers. That's why I wanted Juan Thornhill. If they do that, I think they'll finish top 3. Devin Frost, will Trysten Hill crack the starting lineup this year? I don't know if he'll ever be a starter, but he's going to be a key part of the rotation, so he might as well be, you know? With Antoine Woods, Malik Collins, Tyron Crawford, Trysten Hill, I think that's your front 4 in terms of your rotational top key guys on the defensive line, which is what Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard want up front. From Anthony Meatball, will Daniel Wise make the roster? Of all the UDFAs, I think he's got one of the best shots. The biggest thing that's going to be the big concern for Wise is it's a pretty deep front. We mentioned those 4. Ricky Walker also there. Kerry Hyder, Christian Covington, with Hyder playing some inside-outside flex. That's a steep path. At minimum, I think Wise ends up somewhere on a practice squad. I thought he definitely should have been drafted. From Mario on Facebook, we mentioned that one earlier about the Saints game. I think that could make some sense. Again, we'll mention this one here. It's going to be a great game. We'll see how they actually end up playing because the Saints, I think they're going to want revenge in that game. From Kevin Walston, are you confident in our backup quarterbacks if Dak gets hurt? No, not at all. If Dak goes down, spam the panic button. I have no confidence whatsoever in Cooper Rush and Mike White. Hopefully I'm wrong. All right, from Val again, any Sam linebackers you'd like to trade for, seeing as it might be the biggest hole we have after the draft aside from maybe safety? I don't know if you need to trade for anybody. Look, the linebacker depth overall is still pretty good. You have Sean Lee. Of course, you have Jalen and Leighton Vander Esch. You have Joe Thomas. They tried to play Joe Thomas some at Sam last year. Find me a better deep four at linebacker than those guys. I know that I don't really know if I want Sean Lee at Sam because you don't want him to take that beating, but maybe this year try it. I mean, he's going to be here for one more year. I think maybe at least for one more year. Let's try it. If he gets hurt again, then you move on. So I don't think you need to target Sam in a big way. Maybe Christian Covington, the linebacker, not the defensive tackle, takes a step forward for the Cowboys. So I'm not overly concerned about Sam because in the end, it's like 20 snaps per game. That's not a huge area of focus for me. Rex Morgan, does Mike Weber make the team? I think he's sneaky good. I know you mean sneaky, not snarky. I'm not going to throw any snark at you, Rex. I think he does right now, unless the Cowboys bring somebody in. I think he has the leg up over Darius Jackson. If he does make the team, he might not play a whole lot, given the way the Cowboys like to use Zeke, and there's also Tony Pollard. So we'll do early 53-man roster projections. I am going to put Weber on that list. From Shannon, if the boys don't win a Super Bowl this season, is it wasted? Yes and no. I think from the Cowboys' perspective, every year without a Super Bowl is kind of a wasted year. But it's not fully wasted. Like, only one team wins a Super Bowl each year, and they're really tough to win. So I won't call it a failure season if they don't, but it's certainly going to be a disappointment season on that front. Fernando Gonzalez, any 2020 strong safety or free safety that's round one potential in college right now? My boy Grant Delpit out of LSU. That dude is a stud. I'm curious to see how he plays this year, but he might be a better version of Derwin James, so I doubt the Cowboys get a chance at him. But if he's there, I love that pick, and we'll see who else develops as well. Ohio State has a kid named Jordan Fuller, too, who could be a decent fit. Marvin Fulks, are you worried about our corners? Not really. I'll be always a little bit concerned about Byron Jones' hip injury, but I thought Cheeto played pretty well last year. Anthony Brown was a pleasant surprise, and I remain a big fan of Jordan Lewis. You throw in Donovan Wilson and Mike Jackson as depth guys, I think you're in pretty good shape, and I trust Chris Richard to get the most out of those two guys as well. So, Marvin, I'm not overly concerned there about the Cowboys' cornerback positions. Nicholas Collins, if Jason Garrett gets fired after another disappointing season, does Dak follow him out the door as well? I'd be pretty surprised. Dak has not been a disappointment over the first 3 years. I think that's just a fact. He's been really good for a fourth-round pick over the past 3 years. His numbers are right there with Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Dak's been good for the Cowboys. I think it's far more likely that Dak gets extended than he gets shoved out the door. Roy Gray, do you think they will get Rod Smith back? He would be better at fullback. He should be on the field with Zeke. I kind of feel like we overhype Rod Smith just a little bit. The Cowboys re-signed Jameis Olawale. They drafted 2 backs. I don't know if Rod Smith's going to be back here next year unless Mike Weber looks really bad early in the camp and offseason and all that kind of stuff. From Shankopotamus, do you think Dak is a good fit for the Kellen Moore system offense? If not, who? Well, I don't know what the Kellen Moore offense is. We haven't seen it yet. So I hope that Kellen Moore, as smart coaches do, fit the offense to the quarterback. The goal right now is not about maximizing Kellen Moore. It's all about maximizing Dak Prescott. From Devin Frost, over or under 25 touchdowns for Dak Prescott? I guess first question is, do rushing touchdowns count? If so, kind of a no-brainer for me. Hit the over button. So he's had 23, 22, 22 in terms of passing touchdowns, but don't forget, he's had plenty of rushing ones as well over the years, 6 in each of them. So I'll take the over on that one. Adam Ornis, this is fake news. Hashtag Cowboys Tom Downey starting quarterback better than Tom Brady. Absolutely not. I appreciate the praise. I'm more of a defensive back receiver than I am there. All right, from Fernando, any rumor that Jalen at Sam, Sean Lee and Mike, and LV at Will can be in the field at the same time? Look, that's my idea. I think that's a great idea for the Cowboys. They haven't run it as much since Richard took over, but they should utilize that 3-3-5 format. Put 3 defensive linemen, DeMarcus Lawrence, Robert Quinn, and Tyrone Crawford on the field on passing downs, or even some run downs as well if it's second and long. Then you put out Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, and Leighton Vander Esch, and they can all rotate a little bit there, and you go with your normal cornerback set. I think that maximizes your talent out there on passing downs. I mean, you can bring in Crawford or Collins or Hill too, but look, I think that Sean Lee, if healthy, Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch are 3 of your best 11 players. Let's get them on the field at least occasionally. Andrew Garcia. Are the Cowboys building a Dak-friendly offense, everyone drink, to a custom to his style of game? I hope so, but we heard that last year, and the offense was the same damn thing. So, look, I have more faith in Kellen Moore than I do Linehan, if only because I have no faith in Scott Linehan, but I will believe it when I see it. I need to see it actually work out first. V. Killets for the win. What teams do you think we can beat out of the Patriots, Saints, Rams, and Bears? I think you can beat all of them. Like, you beat the Saints last year. You damn near beat the Rams. I think you're as good, if not better, than the Chicago Bears. We know how tough the Patriots are. But any given Sunday, you can definitely beat them. I don't know if I'd pick them in Week 5 of the regular season. But I think you can beat all of them if the breaks go your way. And let's face it, luck is a big factor in football. ETCH Family Guy. If the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl, do we go into a near full rebuild this year due to cap space? Well, no. You keep trying to win games. Look, the Cowboys are not in cap hell. Like, you're paying DeMarcus Lawrence and Cooper and Dak and Zeke and Byron and all these other guys because you want to win games. You should not approach a rebuild right now. Doesn't make any sense for the Cowboys. You can maintain some flexibility, but your roster is not a position where you need to go, oh, we need to rebuild. This is not the Marlins of the 90s where you win a World Series and then blow it up. Just keep winning games here for the Cowboys. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.